As you rightly said, this is a sector which is dominated by legacy player who are in the market from 20, 30, 40 odd years. That's the beauty of this industry. If someone is able to stay for so long, I think they'll be there in the market for the longer duration of time. So it means this industry is validated. Uh, the only effort which you have to put is to make your brand or to stay in this industry for a certain period of time. After that, because of the behavior and the nature of the consumer, you will be there forever. So, whenever you are starting a business or any idea, whenever clicks, the first thing is how big is the market, and if you're able to build up your brand, or if you're able to, you know, bring consumer towards your brand, probably you are going at the right direction. So, when we were doing our research, we found out that spices as a category has immense potential because of its market size. Consumer stickiness is there once you are able to build up. That is why there are so many regional, national, local brands. It's just that you have to enter into their kitchen when you are starting with spices. If you see in spices, there are more than 30, 40, 50 odd products. Some are powder, some are blended, some are whole spices, some are seasoning. So you'll find out n number of products in the kitchen. Secondly, you'll find out that no single brand is selling the entire range. Though it's dominated by legacy player, but still you have opportunity because no consumer will buy the entire range from a single brand. There are multiple reasons to it. First of all, no brands does all the item. Secondly, some brand, some products you will like it, some brand, some products you will like it, because everyone will be focusing on few products in much better way as compared to other. So market itself gives you opportunity, to enter into consumer kitchen because of their behavior. So starting with this business, having legacy player was not an issue because fundamental was clear that consumer can buy your product, market is big. It's just that you have to present yourself in such a way where consumer agree to buy your product. So fundamentally, we had our research and we figure out that we can easily enter into the market, though there are so many legacy players. And we entered in 2018. And that time, the major differentiation was our Ziploc packaging, which was new for the industry. It looks small, but it's a big innovation in spices because after this, those customer who use our Ziploc packaging, they don't have to keep the spices in fridge, or they don't have to transfer their spices in any jar because of the packaging. And that was a pure utility wise beneficial for the consumer. Secondly was the cool grind technology, where we were grinding at a very low temperature, because of which the product quality was much superior and better. Because there are many players whose plant are 30, 40, 50 years old, probably 20 years old. So they've been using their plant. But because we entered late, we got this opportunity to upgrade the technology, which can give better product. So market validation was done, consumer behavior was checked, and with two major innovation, we entered into the market. Apart from this, we saw in spices, whole spices particularly, it has the major share. 50% of your spices purchase is whole in khada form. So in khade form, when you buy, you use in that form, plus you grind as per your taste and as per your liking. And today also, I think there are good percentage of population who wants to grind their own spices. They will buy from the market and they'll grind. They don't trust other brands. They want to have their own formula, own taste. So we saw the gap in khade masale where no other brand was present. Today, if you see, there is no big player in khade masale because of its complicated nature. There are local players. There are players who do private labeling if they are selling in any platform. There are kirana shops who just pack spices in a normal polythene and sell it. So there was a huge gap that there is not a single player who is trying to focus on this category because of its complicated nature. Because you have to source in a right way, you have to pack in a right way. Because whole spices consumer can see. You cannot try to mix some lower quality, or you cannot save money. You can make good money in powder spices because consumer doesn't know what is inside, but in whole spices you cannot. So that's why not many players were focusing, and we saw this gap. The major gap which we saw, that in this space, if you are able to take the market share, first of all, it will give confidence to consumer that this brand is authentic, this brand is real because they are showing the real picture, and it will be easier for us to get the powder share also, because once trust is developed, you get the opportunity. So these were the factors which led us to enter into the industry. And then quick commerce came. We saw the opportunity that consumer have started buying online, and we can start selling online, and this will give us better result. So this all factors which I told, from the customer survey, our innovation, whole spices, online selling through quick commerce, has helped us in reaching pan India. So today, ZOFF is one of the newest brand who is trying to sell pan India. Normally in spices, uh, all big brands, they are trying to sell in one or two states. Hardly there are a few brands who want to sell pan India, but ZOFF is trying to sell because of his technology, because of his way of selling, because of the whole spices, and because of understanding consumer in a much better way. And yeah, in this way, this has been our journey, and we have been able to get the first initial success which any brand will look forward. First of all, if you see, because I'm a new age player, I believe in innovation. And other traditional players who are stable, who are doing a good business, it's a general human tendency, they will avoid innovation because innovation involves risk, and you don't want to come out of your comfort zone. So we got this opportunity to innovate something. Secondly, there's two way of reaching to consumer. Last 10, 15 years, if you see, through e-commerce, you can tap, you know, good number of consumer because the behavior was changing as compared to traditional offline sales. When we entered, that time e-commerce was just growing in 2018. Grocery, still it was difficult because customer want their product fast, which was not possible in grocery. So we started our journey as an offline model, and we realized that it's really difficult because there are so many barriers: distributor, retailer, sales team, then consumer. And you have to tell consumer about your brand, about your product. Telling your about your product through advertisement doesn't means you'll get the sales, because it's difficult to change consumer behavior whatever they are buying. So general trade was really tough when we started, and that time we realized that if we want to scale faster, e-commerce online is the way. Then COVID came. That gave us the opportunity what we were thinking, because COVID bring the changes what we were looking for. Consumer were more focused on online buying, though that time if grocery was coming in a daytime also, they were happy because they didn't want to go outside of their home and want to buy. So probably that gave us the chance. Anyway, we had that innovation mindset. We wanted to do something new. When we reached Shark Tank, we had a decent business per month. That year we did 54 crores, and We were at like 4 5 crore monthly, and one highest month was there when we did 6 7 crores of business. So that time also we had a decent scale. When any brand comes to Shark Tank, probably if I talk about season one, season two, mostly the brands I know were very small, 10, 20, 30 lakhs or 40 lakhs a month. Very few brands were there who were doing such level of business. What Shark Tank helped us, because Shark Tank helped other brands in different way. First of all, if you are very innovative, your product is new, uh, and if consumer sees your product, probably they want to buy, because that's a very different thing. You have shown to consumer. My case, spices as a product already existed. Customer were having different spices, whatever brand they like, from so many years. My message got conveyed through Shark Tank. What exactly we were trying to bring in spices, which is considered as one of the most adulterated category. If you see, there are so many columns about adulteration. I think one movie is also coming, the Indian story, probably after 2 days. That is also shown the adulteration part, I guess. So consumer came to know that we are trying to sell authentic spices. So that benefit we got. In terms of revenue, I won't say any immediate jump. Shark Tank gave us the stability. Our message was conveyed. Because of that, we have grown like 3x. Uh, Last year, we have crossed 150 CR revenue. Uh, that time, we were 54. And so you can say by number, we have grown 3x. Uh, Brand stability is there. Now consumer know our brand. Now they think, okay, this is a good brand. We can try it out without hesitation. So in terms of awareness branding, Shark Tank has given us the desired result what any brand can look up to. Probably if Shark Tank would not have been there, journey would have been much slower, because this category is not where you can say something and consumer will trust you immediately. This can be developed with time. So probably we are in that journey, but Shark Tank gave us that boost, and consumers started getting confidence, and then word of mouth, availability on has played a major role. So I would say that has been a turning point of our career, because what any brand can look up to, Shark Tank gave us that, and probably our episode also went in that way. That real message was passed to the consumer. Best part of food is whether you go to a restaurant or whenever you buy any product, if you use it one, two, three times, and if you found it good, probably that trust develops automatically. Because by nature, this is human psychology, human behavior. If you're eating a chocolate, if you like the taste, you like it. Uh, Maybe you can buy Cadbury, but let's say if you're buying any other brand and if you like it, whenever you will get chance, you'll buy that product also. Though Cadbury is a big brand, but it doesn't mean that if you like something you won't buy, you will buy it. Similarly, in spices, whole spices has played a major role. Our 70% business is whole spices, khade masale. Last year we had a campaign where we said khade masale matlab ZOFF, because as I said, there was no other player, no one is trying to work in a better way, trying to give consumer a good quality product, pack in a proper way. We saw this opportunity. So whole spices, consumer can see, can feel. You cannot mix low quality in a whole spicy product, because customer can easily figure out. And if they are able to see that, okay, this is a good quality product they are trying to sell, because in market normally you will get a lower or medium quality. Zob sells medium and higher quality. So consumer can see, and once they see one time, two time, three time, they're buying from quick commerce, that develop trust. So okay, this, if their whole spices is like this, order will also be good. So this is the only way. There is no other way, that if you tell my product is good, customer will believe you. They bought our product because we were available online. We were trying to sell online. There was no other player who were trying to focus. If players were there, consumer can easily relate the difference. Okay, their product is much superior, getting at the same price or paying little bit of premium. So we have reached to good number of consumers through quick commerce. So I think and they have tried our product, and I think that was the way through which we got that trust from the consumer. And our main vision is going ahead also develop that trust because it's a commodity item. The only way you can win this market is by developing trust. The other brands, and we say the legacy brand, they have won the market because of trust only. They haven't won for any other reason. So that was the only way from last 30, 40, 50 years that, okay, this brand is there from so many years, we have been using, we have been liking this product. That is the trust. When this trust breaks, people go here and there. So I think trust is the only way, and that comes when consumer try your product. Absolutely. Traditional market is dead. TV industrial area, TV industrial era is dead. If you, today, if you're putting your money in all this traditional marketing, if you are a growing brand, probably you won't able to derive that result. That is for the bigger audience, bigger brand, maybe bigger brands who have turnover of more than 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 crores, who have that level of budget, who can spend in traditional media. But traditional media is dead. Who is ZOFF consumer? Today's youngster, Gen Z millennials, where are they? They are in the phone. They are consuming digital content. So you have to be there. They like experiences. So we chose Natasha Gandhi last year. The idea was to have a chef. We have Shilpa City also, but who can convey message to the consumer. And when we did this master class, so many questions, so many doubt to the consumer. They are not aware that the spices which they are buying, whole spices in a normal polythene form, how much damage that can do to your health. Because there is no surety, no confirmation from where that spices came, how it was stored, because there's a process. If you come to see our plant, you'll see hundred of ladies working just to pack these whole spices, because there is not a single machine who can clean pack all these items in one go, because every spices is in different shape. Cleaning process is done. After that ladies who are there, they will see all these spices through their eyes. If some foreign materials or some adulteration or something hasn't come from the farmer, because anyway it's agriculture crop. So we take care of such things. But when a kirana shop is selling or a wholesaler is selling, they don't care. Why will they care? They just have to trade and they have to sell. So when we had such discussion, consumer were able to relate. So I feel India have forgotten all this thing in last 30, 40 years about spices. Earlier they used to buy whole spices, they used to grind in their home and they were using it in a much better form. Now because of the convenience thing, now they are buying powder or they are buying low quality spices, because they first of all they have forgotten. They think, okay, how does it matter, buy anything, it's a commodity item. But this is not the case. We as a consumer has given chance to so many traders, so many people, that we don't care, you also don't care. We want cheaper product, okay, you mix anything, you give us cheaper product. So that is what has been going from last so many years. And when we do such master classes, when uh, I tell about this thing through Instagram, through LinkedIn, consumer can relate. And probably as a founder, it has become now my responsibility to tell people what exactly is going. It's not their fault, it's just that now they've stopped caring about this. So, and other players who are established, they won't come and say, because they're doing their business, you know. Uh, so because I'm a new age player, I can talk about all this, and probably this behavior change only give me the real growth. Because if you educate people, people will buy you. So I guess that's the way. When we do master class, we did our second master class in Raipur only few days back. Natasha Gandhi was here, and now we have planned to do such master class every month going ahead. After 2 3 months, every month we'll be going to some city. We'll be talking about whole spices. We'll be talking about a ready to cook product. So we'll be creating that experience. We have to tell people, and in this way we want to spread, and we want to tell people that this is spices, how this was used before, how this is being used now, and how you have to be careful. Otherwise, this is a product which is going inside your body for the entire day. Your every meal has their spices, and you just cannot buy any spices. You have to be careful, otherwise it will affect your health. So I think this is a way which I am planning in my marketing, in my new strategy, that I'll be telling people that what exactly they are doing. They even don't know the brand what they are buying. Use in today's time, everyone is aware about every other thing, about the brand, about what they want to eat. They are going eating outside. They take care of all these things. But when it comes to whole spices, they even don't know what brand they are using. So now my part is to educate people, that okay, see this is the thing. First research, see which brand you are using. Is this product good or not? Because that's going inside your body. So master class and all these physical events, and to talk in front to talk in front of audience through Insta and LinkedIn. Probably that will help me, in spreading it out. Not really at this stage, because see, advertisement cannot bring you sales.
Right, of course.
Uh, this is not the time of advertisement. This is time of educating consumer. Through advertisement, first of all, I don't have that much money. If I have that much money, I'll use it a much wiser way, much cheaper way. If a customer is consuming Instagram or any OTT, and if I can tell consumer from there, if I create a video and if I get a 1 lakh views, so at a very low cost, I was able to deliver the message to the consumer. So when I say traditional media is dead, your ROI is very less. And as a founder, as a businessman, you don't want to spend your money where you are getting less return. This industry needs education. This industry needs someone come and tell people use your spices in that way, because today's audience 20, 30, 25, 30, they don't have any idea about spices. Dadi used to have, then mom used to have little bit. Now my generation onwards, and maybe millennials, Gen Z, they don't have any idea about spices. They want someone come and educate them. So I guess digital media is the way. It will be cheaper for you. You will able to spread your message in a much better way. Maybe 5 years, 10 years down the line, when I'll become bigger, maybe strategy can change depending on my revenue, depending on how much I have to spend. Though traditional media can give you wider reach, if you have good money, and if you are able to spend that much, like in IPL or maybe in a cricket match or anywhere, but that comes up with a cost. But if you are able to create a good content, that reach you can get at a very lesser price if it goes viral. So it depends. So you have to be very careful. Look at your pocket. But today, I think digital media is the cheapest medium and the best way to transfer your content among the consumer. So we are a digital first brand. We believe in technology. So we want to double down, not double down, maybe triple or 10x in quick commerce, because quick commerce is growing. Uh, Six major players were there. Now Jio has entered into the quick commerce space, and DMart will join the race soon. So we want to go aggressive in quick commerce. Uh, Apart from quick commerce, we want to focus a bit on general trade also, but that too with the help of technology. We don't want to build up team distributor. That will take time. Even today's kirana shop has become smarter. Through digital medium, we want to reach them. Uh, so our approach will be more of a tech led, more of a digital based marketing. Young team. If you see my team members, we have young marketing team. Uh, we have young people to work with us and work with them because our entire model is based on the consumer who are young. So we want young team to be there so that they understand. They don't come up with the old psychology that okay, this has worked. Uh, we have been worked in a very different way. We have followed the blue ocean red ocean strategy, where when everyone is fighting for the same space in red ocean, we were trying to make our space with blue ocean, with those things when no one was focusing. So we have a different philosophy to work, and I think that has worked till 2026, and probably next 5 years looks more interesting because of e-commerce race. And we want to become the leader in the digital space, when maybe other brands can have the traditional market share, but when it comes to digital, we want to be number one.